Hey everyone, welcome back to another session with me. We are running this bookmark special series. I hope you're enjoying the series. So we have already made a couple of them, about 8 of them, and today is the second last session of this series. Today we'll be making another bookmark, right? So let's get started. So in today's session, I have this old paper. Actually, the book was pretty old and it was in shambles, and it was a Bhagavad Gita book. So I took this paper off from the book, and it actually has excerpts or shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. And I took out this piece of paper because of its color, because it's pretty old. It has automatically gone tan, right? Somewhat brown in color. So I'm going to put my bookmark on this and draw or cut out this paper, right? So I'm going to pick up my pencil and cut out this paper to the size of my bookmark, right? And then paste it over my bookmark and then tangle over it, right? So I'm now going to cut it out. So just with a scissor, careful, the paper is already very delicate, so you might want to hand it carefully. You can take any newspaper, right? I didn't have a newspaper which is somewhat tan or orange in color. That's why I had to pull this page out from a book. You can also use a newspaper. I didn't want to use something white. That's why I took out this paper, right? So it is naturally gone tan. So cutting this piece out carefully so that I don't damage the paper, right? So this is it. And now I'm going to stick this paper on my bookmark, right? So just going to add some glue on the bookmark. Not much. And stick this paper on it carefully, right? So just going to smudge it a little. Yeah, now I'm going to just stick this piece of paper carefully on the bookmark, right? Yeah, right, so you can't make out it's the same bookmark. Right, so once we have done that, now I'm going to be tangling over it and let this be the background, right? So you can do that with any book, take out any page of a book which is not in use anymore or which is very old, or a newspaper which is not white in color, right? The purpose is to have a tan effect, right? And now I'm going to pick up my pen and just start tangling, right? So I'm going to start from one corner, and we are not going to cover the entire thing here because we want the shlokas or the excerpts or the write-up also to show a little bit. Incidentally, in this one these are shlokas, but you can have anything in the background, that's okay. The intention is not to show what is written, but the intention is to draw over a tan piece of paper which has gone tan naturally, right? So I am drawing Banzo here. So be careful with the paper. I hope you can see clearly. Yeah, so I've started with Banzo. So I intend to draw at the two corners, one here, some tangles here, right? Here and here. Yeah, so I think it's a little more. Yeah. So again, continuing with my bunzo. So bunzo is a drama tangle, adds lot of drama wherever you use it instantly. Can also use it to hide things under it. Yeah. So yeah, and probably few more. Right, so that's bunzo. Going to add one or two more. Yeah, and now let us add a few other patterns, something like, I think I need to change the pen. Yeah, so I'm now moving on to add some doodles. So the center stem, the two fescue starting from where the stem starts and then coming back to form a leaf shape like this, right? Again one more like this, again two fescues coming out like this, again adding that leaf shape, right? So I'm going to add one or two jetties here. So going with a mix of tangles. So you can add tangles of your choice, right? It's entirely up to you. Again going to extend my doodles here. Yeah. I think I'm going to be using a broader nib here, probably an 08, which will show better. Yeah. So I think using an 08 would be a good idea here, because you want your pen to be bold and visible over your write-up, right? So the 08 is looking nice, so it would be nice to go with the 08. Yeah, I think that's the kind of boldness we require, right? Yeah, so one more toodles here, and then we can see what else do we want to add. I don't want to cover the entire thing, so we'll start from the other side. So one more toodles here, and then probably some tipples here and there like these, right? Some tipples here and there, and probably some flux. So we are using a mix of tangles here, some flux here, right? Yeah, can always add one or two here. Yeah, so I think we'll keep this much on one side. Some toodles, bunzo, some jetties and some flux. And now I'm going to rotate and then start from this side. So going to start with toodles first, right? So one more. Yeah, and then here. So kind of transcending effect, right? That's why I switched my pen to something bold which shows over my write-up. Right, and then we can add bunzo at this corner using the same set of tangles once again, right? Again adding some bunzo. One more. Right, so just pick up your choice of tangles and go ahead with it. So I have done the same exercise, added the same set of tangles on the other side also. Now going to be adding some sprinkles probably. Yeah. So drawn a fescue and then going to outline it like this. Then bring down a line like this, right? And then cap it up. So we have already learned these patterns, right? In case you are new to it, you can refer to my videos. Again, a fescue. Again, aura the fescue like this. Add another line, bringing it down, and then cap it up. Right? So few from here. Again, fescue. Right? Then aura the fescue. And then a line here and then cap up, add a cap, another one here, then again aura the fescue, then bring line down from here, and then a hat, right? Yeah, that's about it. I think we are done with the drawing part, right? I don't want to be adding any more. So let us now shade, right? So I'm going to pick up my pencil and then add graphite on one side of the fescues of the doodles, right? So soft hand, the paper is not very strong, so take it easy. Yeah, so just add some on one side, under the fescues, one side of the jetties, and then under these bunzos, like this, one side of the flux, right, and some here, right? So let us blend this first, and then we'll see the other side. So just going to blend with a soft hand. So it's real fun in case you have been tangling on a tan tile. It's real fun to shade on a tan tile. It's a bit different from the normal shading because the white chalk specifically adds a great effect to a tan tile than a usual white tile. Yeah, so that's the fun part of tangling on tan. Right, so with a very soft hand, just light touch under the bunzos, not too much. Spaces are small, you want the tan part also to show. Yeah, so just a little, and then on the flux, small touch, and the sprinkle. Yeah, so let us first shade the other side also, and then we shall add the chalk. So I'm going to shade in the same fashion. Under the bunzos, on the flux, on one side of the jetties, one side of the flux, right, and then some on sprinkle. Yeah, so now let's blend it. Wow, such an old piece of paper, and you can see how beautifully the graphite blends on it. This is actually a magic tool, Yeah, one of the best discoveries. the blending stuff or the Tortillon. It blends just about anything. So you can choose your mix of tangles, entirely up to you. The concept is the main thing, that is pick up a old paper which has already naturally gone tan, yeah, and you can have your own choice of tangles, that's perfectly fine, yeah. So now let us pick up our chalk and add on the other side, right? So you can see how the chalk is showing on the other side. That's the beauty of a tan paper, yeah. So I'm almost going to color the other side where I have not added graphite, and then we can use a different stump to soften it, right? So take your time, take it easy. Other side of the flux, some on these orbs, like this. Again, other side of the doodles, right? This side of the doodles you have already added, okay. The other side of the jetties, right? So where you have not added the gray, just add touches of white, yeah, on these orbs, then little bit on the bunzo. The little space that is left in between, you can add the white chalk like this, and one left here. Yeah, and then you can add on the other side of the sprinkles like this, some here, yeah. So now let us soften it. So use a different blending stump to just take off the excess chalk with a very light hand. Just brush off the excess of chalk, right? Don't push too much. Just blending and taking out the unevenness. That's about it. Yeah, so now moving on to the other side. Again the same exercise, starting with my jetties. Then the flux. Then the doodles. Another jetties, flux, then again on the bunzo where there is no gray. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I think we are done. So let us quickly pull off the excess. and some on these orbs. Yeah, we can place one or two more. I think there are spaces here. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think we need to do anything else. If you want, you can add some mist if you wish, but I don't think there is a need to. I am adding little more tipples here and there, right? So just yeah, so if you want to preserve this paper, one thing that you can do is add some Mod Podge over it, right? So this paper is highly breakable kind, so if you think you're not sure that it will go for a long time, then you can always apply a Mod Podge, right? So that's our bookmark for today. If you want, you can write something, but these are basically Bhagavad Gita shlokas, so let them show, it will look nice, right? So I'm going to place it in my sleeve now. Yeah, so that's it. That's our bookmark for today inside the sleeve. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. So we'll meet again with the last session of the bookmark special series. Till then, take care. Bye bye.